Hey everyone, welcome to another Sophisticated Saturday where together we work through my to-do list and get things done around the house. And today I want to go room by room and pick things up. I'm also going to whip out my upholstery or carpet cleaner and clean some spots because number one, I spilled some matcha in my office and there's some stains on the carpet. I noticed some on the stairs on the way up, so I got to do that. There's a spot in Owen's room. And I also have some leftover summer zucchini that I'm going to use up with a couple of different recipes that are friendly for the whole family, kids and babies included. So we will do that, and basically we have a lot to do, so let's get going. So the first fail of today's video you'll see is the fact that there is no audio coming out of my mouth. I don't know what was wrong with the camera setting. It fixes a little bit later through the video. I think I realized it halfway through filming, but we are just gonna voice over it and work with what we've got because I still wanna share these recipes with you because they turned out great. The first one that I'm making is a baked oatmeal, and it is a berry baked oatmeal. I wanted to use some of that zucchini, so this recipe does have zucchini in it. I am using regular milk, but I'm pretty sure the recipe called for almond milk, and I chose to use frozen berries, which made it really easy because I always have frozen berries in the freezer. So with the zucchini on stock, this was something that I was easily able to make with everything else that I had in the fridge and pantry. And this recipe and the other recipe, I'm really trying to make them both family friendly and baby/toddler friendly. So I tried to avoid recipes that had any sort of honey or a lot of sugar or salt in it. This one I did add a little bit of maple syrup. It called for a third of a cup, and I probably put a third of a cup, so just a lot less of the sweetener in there, but it tasted great to me too. I was really enjoying eating it, and I just felt like the berries probably brought enough sweetness. So even if you're making this for adults, you could probably reduce the sweetener and still thoroughly enjoy it. I love how easy this recipe was to make. I just mixed it all together in a bowl, and then I was checking the recipe there because it's something I've never made before. I sprayed down an 8x8 pan, and then I was going to put it in the oven and let that bake. It baked a little bit longer than the next recipe I'm going to make, so while I get that started baking, I am going to work on making a few labels for some label orders that I have. I got one of the largest label orders I've ever had, so I had to break out a highlighter and start marking off all of the labels just to double check and make sure that I had everything. I mean, it was hundreds of labels, so it took a really long time to do this order, and I just wanted to make sure I was getting everything, and had honestly worked on this label order on and off for a few days, and this was the final push to get the order done, as well as a few other label orders that I had going on. I have shared making labels plenty of times before, but if you haven't seen, you can tell how meticulous you have to be and how long it can take. The smaller, more detailed labels are always more difficult to do just because you have to be so careful as you're doing this weeding process, it's called, and peeling away the extra vinyl that you're not keeping or using for your project. So I like to peel away just a little bit at a time, make sure it's not peeling off any of the letters. Anytime you have a dotted I or a J or something and there's those little fine dots or commas or apostrophes, colons, semicolons, any of those types of small punctuations, I print off extras because sometimes they just pull off, and then I have to manually put some back just to ensure that all of the I's are dotted and T's are crossed, if you know what I mean. So these labels took a very long time because they were the extra small size. And then I also had some labels that were for memory bins. I love making these. These are a little bit larger, and it's just also fun seeing people's names, kids' names and middle names. And then in that order, they also got the memory sheets that go with each year of a child's life. So I packed up 2 sets of those along with the name labels and some divider tabs that go on hanging files, and put that in a waterproof bag so it didn't get damaged in transit, and packed that up. And this is something that's exclusive on my Etsy site. I try to have things
clearly
on both
my audio was
website
still not
and my
working,
Etsy site,
so
but
we're
I am
gonna voice this one
shifting
over
more
as
towards
well.
the Etsy
The
route.
second recipe
So I
is
have
an
a lot
egg
of these
bake,
things
and it
on my
had
Etsy site if you're
zucchini
ever
and
interested.
broccoli
in it. I was thinking about making egg cups with the broccoli, but when I Googled, I found this recipe that had both zucchini and broccoli and some cheddar cheese. Who doesn't love that combination? So I thought this would be a great recipe, and it doesn't have any added salt or anything like that, probably also because the cheese has a little bit of salt to it. So it ended up working out really great. I enjoyed it for a little bit of breakfast. I thought it would be easy for Owen to have for some quick breakfast, because a lot of times he wants to eat before he goes to school, and I don't have time to be making him something because I'm trying to get everyone ready to head out the door. But I also don't want him having prepackaged snacks or something. So this was a really great option, as well as that oatmeal egg bake that was something that he could eat as well. The interesting thing about this was that it said to crisp up the zucchini and the broccoli first before adding it with the eggs. And I did double this recipe. The recipe was supposed to be in another 8x8 pan with 3 eggs. I doubled it and did a larger pan and did 6 eggs, just because when I'm meal prepping like this and I'm going through the effort of making something, I am always trying to get the most bang for my buck, and doubling the recipe is usually the best way to go. I spread that out in a parchment-lined baking dish and got it in the oven with the oatmeal bake. And now we are going to go upstairs. We have a lot of quick picking up to do. I am doing loads of laundry right now, getting that all started. And since we're in the laundry room, might as well pick up the laundry room a little bit. I had this bleach that Jim was using for, I can't remember what he wanted me to buy bleach for him, and he never ended up using all of it. He said he needed a lot of it, and now we just have a lot of extra bleach. So I put it up in the backstock bin. I was quickly reorganizing some of the cleaners and cleaning tools and supplies that I had in the cleaning cabinet, as well as cleaning up the bottle area, I guess. And then I wanted to wipe off the countertops, and you'll see in a minute, it looks like I'm going crazy here, but there was a fly and I brushed it, and I got scared that I brushed it on myself and was kind of panicked. I think it actually went into the sink, so we were in the clear, but I got really scared that I was brushing the fly off of the countertop and into my sweater. Okay, keeping up, going room by room, we're gonna pop into Henry's room, do a quick pickup since I have the multi-surface cleaner. And this multi-surface cleaner, I am enjoying so much. I've shared a couple of times. They sent it to me. I think the brand is called Humble Suds. I'll try and link it in the description box if you do want to try it. They have the best scents, and they use really great ingredients too, which makes me feel good about using it with young kids and all over my home. But mostly I just love the scent of it, and it does a really great job cleaning. So I'm carrying it room to room as I pick things up. Once I was done with Henry's, we're into our room. I had washed some towels, so I'm going to get those put away in the proper rooms and pick up a little bit more in the bedroom because I also had some clean clothing that needed to be put away in the dresser. Next up is Owen's room. He has his Halloween stuff out already. He has his Halloween books. I put some cute stickers on his window. I do have a video where I'm decorating for Halloween and getting the kids all excited for Halloween as well. That will come out in just a little bit if you're interested in seeing that video. It's really fun, and I got some of the reactions of the kids as well. Then once I finished up cleaning the surfaces, I am getting out my carpet cleaner because there's a weird crusty spot in his bedroom on the floor leading into his closet. I don't know if Henry was crawling around and spit up or something. I don't know what the deal is, but I grabbed the Folex as well as the carpet cleaner, and whatever it was, it's gone now. You couldn't really see it, but it was more of a textural thing. All I know is it's clean now, and while I have the carpet cleaner out, like I mentioned at the very beginning of the video, I'm going to pick a few spots around the house that I wanted to clean. There was one at the landing of the stairs there where I grabbed the Folex, did the same thing. It was blue there. I have no idea what the blue was, but again, now it is gone. And I just love using this carpet and upholstery cleaner because it's so satisfying watching it get sucked up through the tool. And you'll see at the very end the color of the water that comes out, so you can tell that it is cleaning. It's also an indication maybe we need to get our carpets professionally cleaned or shampooed. This honestly was the real reason for bringing out the carpet cleaner, because I did spill my matcha, and I didn't think it spilt that bad over the counter. I thought it was just mostly on the desktop, but I guess it spilled off, or as I was cleaning up the desk, I maybe was carrying towels and they dripped matcha, and matcha is green, so that was very apparent that there was some green drops all over the place. And in just a second, I am going to show you all of the dirty water, and you can see how much I was able to clean up with this tool. Last couple of spaces here because we are running out of time before everything's done baking in the oven. I am going to quickly pick up the mudroom and rearrange our shoes, make sure those are nice and neat, and then I'm going to head into the living room, do our daily cleanup of all of the toys, pillows, all of that stuff, and try and make my house look like it is put together. Both of these turned out so great. I am probably just going to stick the tops on these. I was thinking about portioning them out, but I do have some tops that go directly onto both of these pans, so I can stick them in the fridge that way. I actually think I'm going to give Henry a little bit of both of this for his dinner tonight, because babies, it really doesn't matter if it's breakfast food if they have it for lunch or dinner food that they have for breakfast. So he will enjoy that, and then Owen and I can eat some for breakfast. Jim probably might like some of this for breakfast over the weekends or on the weekdays like I talked about before Owen goes off to daycare. So I think that's pretty much it for today's Sophisticated Saturday. I hope that you enjoyed. I'm feeling a lot better with my house clean. I'm glad I got some of those stains out of the carpet. And until next time, I will see you all later.